Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Naki sijakuona in a while.
Najua unashangana change aje kidogo unakaa karao.
Hii ya nini?
Hii. Unajua tuko shule gani kwanza? Amref University. Make sure umekaa rich. Unacheza.
Sindio, I think mimi nakaa rich baton. Sindio? Kabisa, that's the vibe we're going for. Sindio?
Exactly.
So, you're watching a universe show where we have amazing conversations about campus life and everything in between. Na wenye Snoopy amesema we are at Amref University.
Kabisa. Na leo sasa vitu ni different by the way.
Nakwambia hii episode is different from anything you've seen before.
By the way, I don't know why Eglah leo ko happy.
Haki niko excited.
Ujaongelesha lecturers nini?
Imagine tunaongelesha lecturers. Kila saa we've been talking to students, but today we've turned it around and we want to see kwenye the lecturers are saying their experience with Gen Zs, you know, these students, and it's going to be fire for sure because they're actually cool lecturers.
Very cool by the way. You want to see them? Hey.
Tunataka cheki.
Uko na walking style ya kukuwa rich?
I think we.
Twende. Hivi.
Ona pia kuna kuanga na laughter. Tunasemanga
Wagwan Magafu me. Hope you're doing good, manze, wherever you are. Where's my camera? Wagwan. And today, as you can see, Eglah, how you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
Doing fine. I always miss this girl every day. And she comes once. Lakini msijali leo panel ni tofauti. You always know we deal with students sana, but today what are we doing, Eglah?
So today tunafanya something entirely different. We bring you students, we talk about so many things that they are going through and it's always fun. And now we are switching it up by bringing, you know, the faces behind those who teach them.
Exactly.
We get to hear about their experiences as well because they are also in campus.
And you are there.
Exactly.
Yes,
You know, sometimes unafikirianga that with parents, you think they were not children before, you think they were not teenagers, but sasa for these lecturers, they were also students before.
Na by the way, walipitia Kenya unapitia?
Si ndio?
Niulize before tuanze, kuna mtu during your time ulikuwa mnainama?
Kuinama ni what?
Oh.
Hey bana.
I almost forgot. We are in an international med student.
Oh my goodness. Amjui kuinama ni nini?
Hawajui? Hebu Eglah fafanulie.
So, mimi expert najua kuinama ni kukaa njaa. So, when a student says that leo ni kuinama, inamaanisha hana pesa ya food hiyo siku. So anajifanya hana njaa.
Anajifanya hana njaa, kujifanya unajua uko nayo, lakini itabidi uiname.
Yeah. Now there's an episode where we did enye Snoopy alinipeleka kwa chuo zingine za MKU and we found food worth how much?
70 shillings and unashiba kama nonsense.
Exactly. Unapata free water.
They are rich kids, where? So how we usually start in our way, we have a structure. We introduce ourselves. Introduce, I'm Snoopy, she's Eglah. So okay. And another thing is silence is always the key. Tuweke phone silent kidogo ama
leo sisi ndio
sisi ndio tuna rules sasa.
We will savor every moment.
So we usually introduce ourselves, maybe the name and where you came from, or where you're coming from, and what you're doing.
Bas.
My name is Ibrahim the Akutushi. I come from within Nairobi County here, but home county is of course Kakamega. I teach health information technology. My area of interest. I love technology so much, but then with health. That is what I do.
Right.
Yes, nice. James, my name. I'm a counseling psychologist. Basically, in this institution, I support students' wellness and counseling support. Thank you.
Naitwa Beryl. I work with the Gen Zs, sometimes alphas. I'm from the Lakeside City. Oh, for real?
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, we did a Western tour.
Mbona mkuntuita? Yes, I'm also in the welfare. mi absorb shock zote zinakuja from them, wenye wanainama na wenye hawajainama. Nasikia story zao zote, so technically wakitaka kujua what's going on campus, they come to me. Yeah, so na wako office ya Dean of Students. Nilikuwa student hapa, the pioneer.
Wow.
And here I am today.
Alumni.
I know, right?
Ubarikiwe.
Habari zenyu.
Nzuri.
So my name is Jackie Oriwa. Nimetoka Nax Vegas. Mi ni mtu wa Nax, and I'm not a lecturer. I'm the catering manager in Amref International University. Department yetu sasa ndo ya kuinama. I got you. So kama when I'm your friend, if I'm your friend, wezi inama. But yeah, we can talk.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
so,
Yes, ndio.
and also pia huwa na preach. I love God. Na mi huongelesha sana majenzi when it comes to Jesus and having a relationship with God.
That's something.
Yeah, thank you.
God bless you.
Hi, my name is Jemima Mwende. I am the laboratory course coordinator. My background is in medical lab, which entails testing all those kind of samples that we are scared, blood, urine, stool, the gross ones. Yes, so that's the work we do up behind the hospital, and I love that work. But my interest is in teaching and also research.
Hello, my name is Daniel Kuiriga. I'm a lecturer and also I'm a deputy director in AITC. My specialization is ICT and also business. I'm a business person.
We've jumped to.
Oh, yeah. For a second, I've been confused.
Okay, hi. So my name is Victor Wasilwa. I am the head of department community health here. I've got a background in medicine, but I moved over to community health, so community health systems and so on. So my interest is just taking care of the students. And probably I think Beryl and I have been here the longest. I've known her for a long time, so when we how many students were we here, Beryl? There are like 8 people. So I've known Beryl for a very long time, and we've literally grown with the institution. So that's what we do. So, and then my job is to look after these people. Kabisa.
Maybe you can introduce me.
Oh, okay. So this is my adopted son. He is called Kasina. He's from Masaku. But we've adopted him into my clan. I'm a Bukuso, so I'm Vamsomi. He's one of them. He's one of us now. And is the light of the day. This guy just makes this place interesting, So, and makes me feel responsible. I'll see you, Ibrahim.
Kwanza nishukuru mkubwa wangu hapa. So kwa majina naitwa David Kasina. My background, I'm a counseling psychologist by training. So here I train counseling psychology students. Nyumbani ni Kitui, adopted niko huko Bungoma, Kakamega. Yeah, I think that's all I have for now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Charity Pili Mbele. I originate from the Coast Province, and I'm a counseling psychologist. I counsel students here, and I also lecture here. Thank you.
Mko aje? Mko poa. Naitwa Kasioka Christine. Kasioka, si already you know my background. Yes. Nikisha sema nimeanza nikianza na Kasioka, you already know my background. Sindio? Nimetoka Kitui kwa Charity Ngilu. We have a beach in Kitui. Wache story ya kusema ati hatuna maji. Tuko na beach. We have a beach. Ukuona ilijengwa na tulichimba. Tulichimba beach. At Amref, I am the admin. Mini support system ya the lecturers I'm in the middle of the lecturers and the students. So mi ndo ninawa connect. Yeah.
Hello. I am John Kipkecham. From the last name, we already know where I come from. I don't think there's anyone who has a longer name than mine here. Come from Baringo. I come from Baringo, and but I am based in Nairobi. In Amref, I can say my background is like Ibrahim said, technology. I teach technology-based units most of the time, and I'm proud to be here. It's a very beautiful space. Let's experience together.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, you do have a very beautiful school. Senior Snoopy.
Manze, the infrastructure was awesome before even I saw it. Nilionea kwa gate. Ni kuimagine tu, hey, whether you guys are living, not even
Living large.
Yeah, you're living large.
It's international.
It's an international based infrastructure made. Yani, you have to hype and hype and hype. Aishuki.
State of the art.
Hey, technology.
And nimeona watu wengi mnafanya psychology. Why is it all about psychology in here at Amref? Because most of you have mostly said you're into psychology.
Mental health issues.
Mental health issues.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but basically, you see, it's not only psychology. You know, it's a medical university. You know, there's nursing, there's community health, there's the HODs here, Wasirwa. There is health records, you know, by Ibrahim. Then we have medical lab by the, you know. Then we have public health up to master's level, I think. Then masters coming up for clinical psychology and masters in counseling art part of it. So we are doing almost everything that concerns a human person, I would say so, yeah.
Oh, so that's what Amref is dealing with mostly, right?
Exactly.
Dealing with humans sana.
Yes.
Nice.
But pia mental health tuna major juu hiyo ndio iko saizi sana.
You know, inatesa kila mtu. Gen Z tunaumia kwa sababu ya hivi mentality. Mental, wanasemanga mental.
Mental. Imagine I do agree that it's true because I've had you are also saying you're talking about mental health and the students we interviewed before were also talking about mental health. So it means may create a safe space where even the students know that mental health is important.
And that's a good awareness, right?
Yes.
So, Eglah, we had questions now. Those were not questions, those were just introductions and engagements. Sasa tumefeel tuko sawa. Unaweza naongelesha kama mwenzako sasa, si ndio? So we had questions. And one of the first things we needed maybe to know is what you mshatuambia Kenya mlifanya university. But did you know that this was where maybe you will finally end up at a young age? Mlikuwa mnafikiria hii ndio place mngefika ama mlikuwa na ways zingine, then you found yourself here? You know, there should be plans. What did you do to be here? Anybody can answer that.
So, somehow I manifested working in Amref. Nikiwa 12 years old. Now, back then, I've always had passion about matters health. Actually, I wanted to become a nurse. Kama sio mathematics, I failed. So when I was 12, there was a time tulikuwa tuna hii TV ya mgongo ya aerial living. So at home we were watching, and I remember Amref Flying Doctors, they did an advert, yeah? And I told my mom, like, one day I'll work at Amref, and I was in class 6. So it has been my dream. And like following through, anyway, nilijump campuses kama 3 ndio nikaland huku. So I dropped off Kisii University and yes.
As a student ama?
As a student, nili drop out. So ndio nikakuja kusoma Amref. So when I joined Amref, I have a wall. A wall of manifesting the things that I want. I don't know if other people do that. Yeah.
Vision board.
A vision board sort of, yeah. But yangu ni ya kumanifest, si ndio? So mimi nilikuwa na manifest. So manifestation yangu ilikuwa like places kubwa. But Amref has always been my number one.
Nice.
So when I joined first year, I was small. Aki hao walikuwa nashangaa huyu ametoka wapi. Walikuwa nashangaa huyu ametoka wapi because like coming from a public uni to a private university. In terms of hadi dress code ni kitu tofauti.
Hapo kwanza mmeona mmekaziana hapa dress code jana.
Walai tunakaza.
Hata mfichi.
My dress, my choice, I make.
We are molding medical healthcare practitioners. When ukienda huko hivyo nje, you talk to a patient and like they can listen to you. Yeah, and that came from let me just keep the whatever I wanted to say. That comes from also a personal experience that I had when I was a student for my attachment. Nilienda Samburu.
Yeah.
And those men, they could not even listen to me while I spoke simply because I'm a woman. And they have that masculinity. I don't want to put it in a bad way, but imagine if that Maasai man cannot listen to you and you're well dressed, going to a hospital and you want to treat maybe somebody who... No, not less illiterate, just literate, but by your dressing alone. You see, right now we are categorizing people. Baby boomer, Gen X, millennial, yeah, you see. So let's say, for example, a Gen Z meets a boomer. The gap is so wide. And they will judge you from your dressing alone. They'll say, mimi wametoboa kitovu hata nitibu. You get? So we're trying to mold professionals. Yeah, people who, when you appear in front of in a space, like already your appearance commands the room. Yes.
There's always a recognition.
There's always a recognition.
Nice.
And also when you speak of the brand, I'm coming from Amref, and how you're presenting yourself is different. So we're really trying to ensure that the young people who we release out to the world, they are people of a certain standard.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. But I manifested working at Amref. Nili manifest.
By the way, manifest it's Jabba.
Yeah.
You know what Jabba is?
Oh, by the way, notice I'm doing some places.
To explain and always ask because zingine zinaweza fly you don't understand. Lazima interpret. Kusema mwingine ni Jabba ni maybe fantasy. Hiyo ni Jabba. Acha Jabba.
Yeah.
So manifestation si Jabba kwa watu wengine.
Si Jabba.
Jabba pale.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so sometimes you manifest and it comes, but sometimes also without so much expectations.
Yeah.
And then when you go somewhere, you show potential. This is one thing I tell our young people every day. They come to the office and wako third year, yeah? Na swali na kwanga, Beryl, mi niki graduate ndapata job. You see, and then you start asking this person, tangu kwe first year, have you ever greeted Mr. Wasilwa? Yeah?
Baby, have you ever made that connection ya mapema?
Because they come to class and they dash home. In between, nobody knows them.
Yeah.
And one day they come to you, unaweza niandikia letter of recommendation, like we ni nani? You see, like you have to tell them, like unaweza niambia we ni nani alafu nikuandikie. You see, so we're trying to tell them every day, say hi to people. Ebu salimia watu ujulikane. Yeah. And that's how, like, young people, we were young sometime, but we learned in the process. But sometimes you need somebody to hold your hand and guide you. And how we hold their hand here at Amref is you meet a student and you tap. You see, we have so many psychologists. Mtu kama James atamit wanafunzi na atasema huyu tunafaa kumshika mkono. Yes, and we guide them through the process. And with time, we realize that, the shy one who would see us and dash away actually is now coming to say hi. Yes. So that is a culture that we are building, and that's something I found. Victor found when he was a student, and we are continuing with that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's something people never knew. Gen Z, it's not even people.
Ni Gen Z, si ndio?
Gen Zs are, I will say this in front of the camera, Gen Zs are very lazy. They are the laziest human beings we've ever had on this earth.
Mi nitawatetea.
Some.
Yeah, we beg to differ. I also beg to differ.
I beg to
it's my say. I'm just saying.
Can I argue with your point?
if you allow me.
Okay, no problem.
I cannot agree by the phrase saying Gen Zs are lazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they are not lazy. That's the most proactive generation you can get. But I feel there are some things that some of us are missing. That is a sense of direction and a sense of purpose and how are you going to navigate towards your goal. So if someone lacks direction, if someone wants to be a director, for example, they don't know what the steps they're supposed to do to be that director, and what kind of resources they're supposed to have, or who to approach. Yes, so I'm thinking there are a lot of barriers that are there, and just someone is just saying, let me just relax because I don't know how I can do this. Let me just relax. Yes.
Can I say something for this, eh? I think also I agree with you.
Yeah.
But the problem we have with Gen Z, even myself,
You're a
when
Gen Z.
No,
yes,
he's saying what he's experienced.
my experience is myself. When I was growing up, I didn't know who to become because I had no guidance about career. I was so confused. Even when I went to campus, for one, I didn't want to become a lecturer or a teacher.
Okay.
I went there, I was given a list of courses which I can select. I had fun of ICT, but I was so confused who to be, even if I've done digital. That's the problem now with I think the JZ are not guided well. And now the community, the parents, we are failing them because we are giving them mobile phone, computers, but do not guide them. Ourselves, we are home. When we go home now, it's World Cup.
By the way,
we like football. Gen Z, they like games. The mother like Maria, whatever. Then, at the end of the day, these people, they remain alone. No one guide them. As a lecturer here, I have a lot of challenges with the Gen Z, where they come and they tell you, my mother, I don't want money. I don't want to go out for picnic. I want the presence of my father or my mother. They are there home, but I don't feel their presence. So we feel them. They are very active, but as of now, we are not active like them. We are missing a lot. Yes. They are very active, they are very clever and very educative. And they have a lot of talent.
Can I ask a
Can I
question?
say something?
Yeah.
Can I just...
Oh, sorry. I would ask, when you say that parents are not available for them, should we blame the economy and say we have to wake up early in the morning, we go and search and look to bring to our children? So we're not available at home because as parents we're busy. We have to go out there. If we stay with them and give them the 24-hour support, they'll not be able to get what they need to get, even go to school.
Yeah, my point is, when you go home to your children, do you have time for them?
You do what?
Do you have time for them? Even that 1 hour you have, do you have time for them?
Yeah.
Have you taken them out to go and talk something productive?
Yeah.
Kiriga, can I
Yes.
maybe answer that?
After he's getting
Okay, Sawa. After me, you.
Something on this.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
Basically, Gen Zs are probably the most tech-savvy generation that we have had in this world, okay? I'm not going to say they're lazy. I would just say their minds are just dispersed. They want to be visible, but at the same time, they're invisible. So Beryl has just said, students come and ask her something like, will I get a job? And then she asked, have you spoken to Mr. Silva? You go to class, you see these people, you ask them, come in front, talk to make a presentation, and they're not able to do so. So they're very good at hiding behind, their keyboards and so on and so forth, So basically, I think that's where the most problem is. And then we've all grown up hearing about something called peer pressure. I don't think peer pressure has been higher than it is now. In my generation and probably Charity generation and even Daniel's, peer pressure was not such a big thing. But right now it is huge, and it's something that's why it's causing all these mental health issues. But the main problem is it's not laziness. It's just they just don't know who they are.
Okay.
Or what to do.
They know what to do, but they just
Okay. I see it differently. Now, me nimetoka hotel industry, before I came here. And the thing I see with Gen Zs, because I got to work with a lot of Gen Zs. Gen Zs wamesoma. I'm a millennial, a proud one. But Gen Zs, when you wanna come up, wamesoma, most of them wamesoma. Na after wamesoma, mtu akikam kwa industry, anapata hakuna job, anakuwa frustrated. So now what happens? hizi jobs zenye zinapatikanaga haraka ni hotel industry. So most of them come to us. And when you come to a hotel industry, most likely you'll start with being a steward, kuosha vyombo, and then you move your way up. Or even a waiter or a waitress. Kazi si rahisi. Wewe umesoma umefanya BBIT, wewe ni daktari umeenda Amref, wewe ni umefanya hizi courses zote, but you see you need your money by the end of the day. Jinsi atakam job the first month asikie kazi ni ngumu, mshahara ni kidogo. The second month, the third month hata hakuna resignation. Mnakuja shift kumejaa, job ni mob. Hakuna mtu, hakuna steward, hakuna waiter, mna strain. Ukipigia mtu ako mteja, there is no explanation. Hata kupay explanation. Some even walk out. Well, they walk out on you. Well, I understand the frustration and probably kulikuwa na expectation ya ukimaliza job, like you work so hard in school hoping that ukimaliza campus you'll get your job, and then you don't get your job. And then pia maybe most of Gen Zs wengi wanaambiwa saizi be creative, do what you love, but then again unaambiwa capital iko wapi ya kufanya what I love ama what unaona. So Gen Z ako frustrated, and that is why kuna mental health. So vile amesema there is need for counseling. Tuko na daktari hapa. There is need for counseling, there is need for guidance, there is need for having those intentional talks with our kids. Sisi na sisi pia tumelemewa na economy. We need to go out there and hustle, but I also think as parents, well, I don't have Gen Zs in my house, but I'm thinking, kama uko na Gen Z kwa how, I think we need to be intentional in creating time to at least guide them. Because most Gen Zs, wanasuffer na depression, they get into addictions because they can't speak out. They don't know how anafiluta judge. So I think we really need to be intentional with these Gen Zs and just have real talks. Na Gen Zs hawataki medals. Mimi niko na degree 50, niko na masters. Anataka umuoneshe skills zako. Pia mimi hustle, pia mimi nilifanya hivi nikafail. But kama vile Beryl anatuambia, I used to have, anataka, Beryl ni Gen Z. So Gen Z ako real. Ako real. Anakuambia mimi nilikuwa na wall, nilikuwa na manifest kwa wall. Millennials sisi tutakagi kusema, tunataka ku look nice, to sugarcoat, tuweke makeup. Hakuna mtu anataka kusema weaknesses zake. So I really feel we need to be as real as we can, sisi wenye tuko mbele yao, so that they can relate with us and also maybe guide them on the way they should go.
Maybe just a quick one. As we have said, it's a very good conversation we're having here. We meet most of the time the Gen Zs, and that is our customer currently. And I want to tell you that the people you have are very amazing. These people are very knowledgeable, they're smart. But I want to challenge you as a mentor. What do you do with them to make sure that then whatever they have, the skills they are gaining, the knowledge they have, how are you going to mentor them so that then they can be able to actualize, whatever we are giving them? We are the trainers. And I want to challenge you. As much as we might want to turn to parents and say that maybe parents don't create time for the Gen Zs, I can assure you that we have more time with them. We have a responsibility. We as lecturers, we have a very big role to play in their life. So how do we then ensure that the skills we're giving them can be actualized and utilized in a manner that will be productive, so that then we can be able to help this Gen Z? However, there is also a challenge, of course, as she said, that a Gen Z is someone who, when they get to a point and they feel like I am frustrated and I'm not getting what I expected, they just walk away. They leave it. So how do we then approach this? It's also a very big challenge. But then, yes, we have a responsibility as a trainer, as a lecturer, as a mentor. Yeah.
Let me say something. James, I think I like the point Mr. Ibrahim has brought up because I've been teaching for many years now, and especially with the current generation that we have, Mr. Ibrahim said that Gen Z is our customers, our clients, so to speak. And what personally I try to do sometimes is a student comes to me with some kind of complaint and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then I just ask him something, how are you? They know, you just forget about that. How are you? and then they are taken aback sometimes. So the first time they don't respond, but the second time they realize this person is really, really concerned about me, you know. So I think this generation is not like my generation where there were these distances, you know. So I think from what I've seen, from the way I see things, at the minute the Gen Zs perceive that you're really interested in their welfare and how they are and what they are feeling, you know. That is when we have so many students here who are not performing well. I'm not a psychologist, by the way, but I've studied that in medical school and so on. So you just ask somebody, how are things at home, you know? And then you start connecting with them. And once you start connecting with them, then now they'll open up and then they'll start to see some sense of purpose on, you know, you can't be telling them do this, do that, do this. First of all, try and get to know the person. And here sometimes we don't have that time to get to know the person. But with this particular generation, we have to find the time. Mr. Quiriga has said, when you go home, the one people who are parents, do you find time for these people? We are here as lecturers, trainers, whatever name you want to give us. Do we have time for these people or we don't? We have to find time for them.
Gen Zs out there, do parents have time with you? Ama do you have time with your parents? Comment section tu inatosha.
Yeah, it's very important.
You see, I agree with what most of my colleagues are saying.
Yeah.
And one thing I like, we are all agreeing the financial issues are more secondary. The underlying issues could be social, then leading us to psychological issues. That's what we are all kind of saying. But I want to say this, until we reach a point whereby we can acknowledge that we come from a different generation, dealing with a different generation. I think that's the beginning of everything. Because for you to sit down with your son, you must be certain that his reasoning and his view of things and life is totally different from how we see life and how we take things. Actually, most of us, you grew up just dreaming probably to get out of your village. This one, they're already in the city. So, they're already in the city. Yeah, they found themselves there. So, and then when they come with the argument, we must strive to have a meeting point. Because that's the only way you can understand what they are going through, their way of thinking. Sometimes we kind of struggle with them so much just because we don't understand what they are trying to say or how they are trying to express themselves. And when you talk of expressing themselves, could be behavioral, it could be emotional, it could be psychological in any way, because sometimes they just become aggressive because they want you to listen. And then you think the whole thing is counseling issue. No, they're just calling for your attention. Sometimes they can bring some emotional reactions. They are just there at home. They just, strike. They don't want to talk to anybody. They come home, direct their room, direct their gadget. They're just minding their life. All these behaviors, they are just trying to invite you for a conversation. And when now you come to the conversation that we are all calling for, then now we must understand we are not coming as a parent and a child. No, we are coming for a conversation. Once we get there, I'm in a position to listen to what my son is trying to argue out. And then as a parent, I'm in a position to give my insights. So the moment we reach at that point of listening to each other, then I have the psychological issues or the social issues we are trying to raise between our children and ourselves, then they become minimal. Not once, not twice in class, my students have told me, I decided just to cut off my father. Unamuuliza kwa nini? Mse toxic. Mse toxic. Yeah. Yes, unamuuliza, what keep you going? Someone having. Then what keep you stagnated? The traumas that I get from my mother. They all have a reason for everything they are saying. And they all have some struggles that they are going through. But not until you become so raw to their level, then you say, fine, let's now come to a generational conversation. Let's put each other lenses. I allow you to see life from my side, and then also allow me now to see life as Gen Z. So when we start having these conversations, I tend to think probably we'll be doing something. The other thing is, let's also put the spirit of them being more resilient. more resilient. A Gen Z try one thing, it fails to work, they just quit.
Yeah.
Some of us, we have done a thing, it failed to work, then we went back, we tried again, and probably on the fourth trial, we found ourselves walking. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
A Gen Z, the spirit of resilience is somehow minimal, but again, as Dr. Wasilwa said there, they remain one of the intelligent and good people you can have around. Just be at their level.
And by the yeah.
Yeah, I think I support that. And what I've realized with this Gen Z, if they love something, they will do it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, with passion.
With passion, they give themselves fully. But when it comes, they don't like something. They do by all means that you feel them. Yeah, even I realize in the class, we go to the class, we realize that they are not interested with you. So you have to change your way out in doing them. But if they like the class, even they don't even remember there's a lunch. So that's why now it comes responsibility for each of one of us, the community, the parents, and the lecturers. Sometimes it's not about education. There are other social life aligning which we need to address to this Gen Z. I take myself, like when I was growing up, I did many things. As I said, I didn't know who to become. And remember one time at campus, I used to find the ways of surviving. I remember this one time the university, the sewage broke, and I decided to do it, to unblock the sewage, because I wanted to look for money. And people are running away. So they used to call me a man of a sewage. I was young, very young. And I broke the sewage and got money. You see? And then another thing, after I finished the campus, I graduated. I looked for a job, I got to get a job. I decided to become a makanga.
For how many years?
For 2 years. And then I remember even the family member, that's why I'm saying the family also plays a big role.
Yeah.
My own family member, this member told me, after standing, even I was outside the country, you did all these studies, then become a makanga. Imagine now. I said no. I have to continue. But finally I found myself become a mwalimu.
Where are they now? Those who said that.
A story for another day.
So we actually there was something you wanted to say?
No, there's a Gen Z here who wanted to say something.
Oh, now representation, right?
Yes. Yeah, sure. Actually, I find it very interesting. For me, I've heard of Gen Z this, Gen Z that, a lot of times. Okay, for me, I joined Amref 2 years ago. I was the youngest. Lecturer. I'm not the youngest. When the year is actually. I was. No. And Joan, actually, yeah. So I've heard of this Gen Z that a lot. And I think what I can say is these other generations try to speak our language. Honestly, if we be honest about this conversation, it's not that what Gen Zs are saying is a bad thing, like calling for accountability and all that. It's not something bad, but you find still that they are blamed. Ama mnataka tu kuona makosa kwa chenye wanafanya, which is very bad actually. Hata hapa mshatu profile. Ni sawa tu tumesikia. But I think most of us have learned to let it go. I actually tunasikia tuna.
You don't judge.
Yes, tunaachia tu. But try to understand them and from the point and see their points from their point of view as well. So when it comes to mental health, I think my generation is doing quite well. They are quite informed about mental health. Mimi nilitrain kukuwa a counseling psychologist. I'm actually a licensed one. Yeah, I can. And while I'm here teaching, I have a lot of interest in the well-being of my students. Like, how are things at home even? Like, if you are not able to come to class, is it something you can justify? As long as you can justify whatever you are going through with whatever you are going through, I think, yeah, I listen to you. And I think all we want is a listening ear.
That
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
here, not many. Just one.
Yes, one. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think, I'm just going to pose this question because you've talked about it. Do you think it's harder if you're younger and you're getting into such a professional space, maybe even from the students that you encounter, or the larger fraternity? Like, do you feel like it's harder if you're younger?
Of course it is. Cheese.
Ukifika hapo lazima kwanza ukue.
Uanze chini, uende polepole.
Sisi wataki kwanza chini by the way.
Mnamrudisha. Acha tusikie.
Wengi wanaanza chini. Yeye amekuwa lucky, is just one of the lucky few. But Gen Zs wengi, a bigger percentage ni wenye lazima wanapata hizi positions zote zishachukuliwa. So lazima tu aanzie pale chini agrow. Sasa shida hapo sasa kufikia.
Well, actually, there's that aspect. You see, some of you have said maybe a Gen Z doesn't know what they want. But you might actually want to think about it the other way. I might know what I want. So whatever you are presenting to me, I know that's not what I want. Because
by the most students nowadays wanafanya courses za wazazi si zao. That's true.
No, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
But I think that needs to change.
It does.
That needs to change. It should not be like imekuwa hivyo, so inafaa kuwa hivyo. That's where now you get it wrong.
Yes.
We have been getting
just because it was like that for you, it should not be like that for us.
Let's not start thinking it's been like that. I'm probably the oldest here, and that's how it was. And you're still saying the same thing now. So how do we learn to live with this? Because it's not going to change.
My question is,
why is it not going to change?
My question is,
it's not going to change because Gen Zs are not going to change it.
No, my question is, are we listening? Are we listening to Gen Z? How many times do we listen to them?
Yeah, we hardly do.
Yeah, there's a problem that we not
The
listen.
narrative is not changing because there's no one in between. You see, let me give you an example of what happens when a student walks into my office. Yeah. Actually, the first impression of they have of me is nakwanga mkali until they walk into the office and they find a different. It's a whole thing. I even introduced a Bluetooth speaker, so when they come, there's some music in the office to make them feel like kama alikuja kama context. So there's one question I always ask when a parent says calls me and it's like mtoto wangu ni mbaya, amefanya hivi na hivi, hataki kusoma, anaanguka mtihani. The first question I always tell them, please, who is your child? I always ask, who is your child? Can you share the full name and the admission number?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll go into the system, nitaangalia nikiendelea na conversation. Yeah. And I'll ask him, akikuja alikuwa anataka kufanya nini? Atunajua yeye alikuwa anataka kufanya arts, lakini mimi nataka kuwa nurse. You see? And nataka kuwa nurse ndio aende majuu.
Hata ashatengeneza plan.
So you get to finally you get to meet this student. You see, you look at this is an intelligent student, a student who can express themselves, but they can express themselves not to their parents, to a stranger, somebody who they are willing, they are open to tell you, actually, mimi ndio kitu nilikuwa nataka. Can you talk to my dad? Like aniallow nimalize basi nursing juu nimeshaanza alafu nifanye ile ingine. So when we engage parents and sometimes when students are coming to make inquiries, yeah, na amekuja na mzazi, unataka kuwa community health practitioner, yeah, you want to become a psychologist, because some of them, let's be open, some of them are becoming psychologists because of the trauma they go through at home. They want to understand themselves. They don't want to become actual practitioners. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a way of healing. They are self-medicating. Yeah. So anakuja anakwambia mimi kwangu my parents fight a lot. Yeah. I've experienced domestic violence since then. I just want to
Understand.
Yes. Umeenda kwa therapist. I've grown with a therapist. Like mimi every day napelekwa, you know. So this student comes so that they understand themselves better. They come because their parents want them to be in this field, but their passion is not there. They want to be chefs. They want to
they want to do something exciting. Yes.
Which begs the question, do we listen to them?
Yeah.
Are we listening to what they want in life? Do we sit, do we collaborate together and share what is on the table?
Our parents don't.
Yes.
You see,
Most parents,
just
not
wait,
our-
just one thing. One thing, sorry, Ibrahim, one thing. You know, one of the things that's surprising me is that we're having a conversation here, like this thing is something new, you know? It's always been there. Like me, for instance, I wanted to be a footballer. Okay? And I was bloody good, by the way. I was even in FC Leopard junior team, but my muse could not hear anything of it. Nothing. He didn't want. So I had to now go. Then I tried to get into medical school. I missed the entrance by 1 point. So I went to Moi University. And there is my muse. You have to become a doctor like your brother, blah, 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 blah. Until now I went. Then I realized, you know, you start doing something, you work after a number of years, this is just not me. You know, I want to go into teaching. Now, my muse is 90. You are talking about something now, parents are forcing their children to do things. You think it's something new. Hiyo kitu imetoka kitambo. It's always been there. It's how it's dealt with now. So me, I always talk to my students when I'm talking to them, the ones in my, you know, in community health, I ask them, so especially when they come from attachment, I always ask them a question. So is that you? Do you see yourself doing this? Then, apart from talking to them, now you give them this career guidance to tell them what they can do with life, you know? You can go from here, Northlands, to Ruiru, very many different ways. You can go to Sukari, Wendani, you come to Mwihoko, Nairobi Gate, you get to Ruiru. Then you can just go to KU, Ruiru Street. The point is you get to Ruiru.
Yeah.
So that is what we have to spend time talking to the children, trying to listen to them, you know. Unfortunately, sometimes life is, can I say it? No, I can't. No, let me not say. Life is up.
Never mind.
That one. You might want to do, you have to, in as much as a Gen Z or a child or whatever it is, because let's put it this way. Casino is a Gen Z of now. Mwende is a Gen Z of now. Me was a Gen Z of my time. You get my point?
Yeah.
With reference to that. So it's just the same thing. That generational gap was still there. So whatever happens is that our parents were looking at the situation, what's going on, how would this person be able to sustain themselves? Okay?
Yeah.
So me, I was so convinced because I was bloody good at it. Football would have taken me very far. Right now I would have been retired. You know, I would have been retired.
Be the coach now.
But it did not work because he told me. Yes, but he told me. Wait, he told me, hey, we're not in the UK. We're not in Spain. We're in Kenya. Look at those guys who you're playing with. I mean, what are they doing? So. And you have the brains to get you somewhere else. So do that. So long as I think you take time to sit down and you explain to somebody, in as much as you want to do this, how is that going to sustain you? Okay?
But I guess maybe it's the new age now. It's a new age with technology and everything.
Yes.
Someone from America can see that talent from you and come scout you out and take you there. It's different from now, from
before.
long ago.
Yes.
That's why, you know, for now, sasa tunafaa tunawasikiza.
Yeah, of course.
But also another thing also we can look at the technology. It's a lot of things the Gen Z are learning from the technology. Their Instagram, Facebook, and when they don't get answers from the parent, they go back to the technology. They look for YouTube, they look Facebook. They want to be like so and so, but they don't want to go from the down going there.
They're looking for the shortest way.
But now the technology also has an effect to the Gen Z.
Yeah. So I remember, well, my experience, I also wanted to be an actor. Nilikuwa kuwa msanii, by the way. So for me, I was lucky because in our time ulikuwa unakaa 2 years nje ndo na join campus. Sasa kuna hizo 2 years zenye tu uko home, uko tu idle. Unafanya computer packages, mzazi anasikia umemchokesha. So me, I wanted to be an actor and I was lucky enough to do traveling theater. Then I remember this one time I got a phone call from my mom. hizo mavitu zenye unafanya if you're not gonna come home now and go to school, sitawahi kulipia shule. For her, she didn't understand that I wanted to be msanii, like the dream was there. I've always wanted to act but to me after that sijawahi act tena, naonaga tu cameras ka hizi, nafurahia sana naona tu dream yangu. But anyway, maybe I was lucky enough I got into the hotel industry, which was also good because you get to interact with people, una engage watu. And by the way, I wanted to maybe add something on Gen Z. Kitu moja nimenotice na Gen Z, because mimi nimework nao sana, to me more on the working side. Si classroom, si tunapatana nao kwa industry. Most of them okay, I have to say that wanakwaga, saki kusema snob, but they just mind their business. Like hata unaweza kumeka hapa, hata kusalimia, hata kwa tu kwa simu yake, hata story inaweza kuwa imeshika, lakini anajifanya ni kama hata muyuko hapo. Like they just mind their business. Hawataki kuengage, it's just them. Ama maybe au na ka tribe kao. And Beryl amesema kitu moja, umekuwa hii shule na hujaisalimia doc, na unataka ukimaliza shule akuabsorb akupatie job, hujai hata msalimia. It's just you and your gadget, hautaki kuengage, hautaki kuinteract na watu. I think pia hizi social skills zinakuwaga poa, at some point zinakusaidia. Ongea na watu, network, uliza wanafanya nini, what is your inner circle, who do you look up to. As much as una get trauma home, but I think kuna msee mwenye unaweza ongelesha, mwenye anaweza kumenta, akuoneshe direction ya life. So I think Gen Zs also need to be very intentional and engage. Tuache kujiweka na kuji-isolate. Like unaweza relate tu na Gen Z mwenzako. Yeah.
So Eglah,
kwanza hata na feel ni kama kuna watu on this end hawajaongea, si ndio? So I'm just going to give them the mic kwanza.
Wacha kwanza tupeane a way out for those struggling with career choice.
Okay.
This issue ya eti unafanya course juu ya mzazi. Do you guys think they have an option?
Yes.
The child mwenye anaambiwa wewe fanya community health.
Hata lipiwa fees.
Hata lipiwa fees.
Hata lipiwa fees.
I differ because let me give my nini. I was almost Gen Z, yeah? Almost Gen Z. Kidogo tu, mamangu angehold kidogo. Ilikuwa Gen Z. So, ilikuwa tu kidogo. But anyway, what I want to say is, you see, what I feel Gen Zs are struggling with is communicating actually what they want, and they're convincing how. Yeah? If we bump them or we mentor them, like we take them through the process of convincing. I'm saying this because I was enrolled my first university to do a Bachelor of Arts, Geography and Kiswahili.
Good.
Yeah. Yes, that was the first time Nili stepped into campus. Yeah, that's in 2015. I stayed there for 2 weeks because they did not even consult me. I felt like I was told to go to school. Okay. Yeah, and yes, I was told situna kulipia fee. You get? And I went because nafa kulipia fee. I went there for 2 weeks and I tried. Thank God for my auntie who asked me, is that what you want? And I said, not really. But I stayed home for 1 year. Because I was told I think about what I want. But I knew what I wanted. Yeah? I wanted to be in the medical field. I wanted to become a nurse. Hata kama ni kuingia, Amref, I didn't even know Amref International University existed by that time. Yeah, and that time the university had not started. We were just doing the community training. Yes. Yeah. So it gets to 2016 September. Many nimeshoka kuka home. So I decided because teaching was their first choice, why not enroll to do Bachelor of Arts in English Literature, because I love English. Okay. Yeah. So I enrolled and I stayed for 2 years doing something that I don't love. Yeah. Finally, they asked me, is this what you want? Because you see, like I keep saying, this is where my heart is. And I'm sure parents do listen. Hata kama ni wagumu, parents do listen, yeah? And they will see you're doing this. Okay, if you have parents who are that way, yeah? But there's a way in which a young person can communicate
it all comes back to communication. You have said this is not what you want. This is what your parents want. How are you going to convince them that this is going to lead me to this? Mi sitaki kukua a doctor. I want to become a DJ. Yeah? How are you going to convince your parents who believe doctors are better than DJs? Yeah? Because sababu watakwambia DJ utakuwa unaruka huko kwa bar, unakunywa pombe, unavuta nini. But how are you going to convince them that this is what I love and this is how I'm going to sustain myself in my adult life? Let me give you an example, a practical example. Yes, happened yesterday. One of the students wanted to stay back for the cultural night, yeah? And she was like, "Wa, nita convince aje babangu ni baki." You know, one thing, she's not doing something wrong.
She's within the school.
She's within the school. She's doing something within campus, yeah? She's not out there doing these weird things that other young people do. So I told her, why can't you just call your dad and say, because I'm in this space, I've been organizing this, Dad, I'm here and I'm leaving at this time. I will get home at this time. You see, it's communication.
Just communication.
Just communicate and they will listen.
But the same communication is always hijacked. Unasema nini? Kama unakaa huko baki huko.
Umalizi conversation.
Kirudi
Okay.
I don't know anything about mental health.
No problem.
Why? Oh.
No.
Okay. I don't know anything about mental health.
Hatuwezi kuwa tuko Amref na Christy knows nothing about mental health.
Ninaiona, but I don't know how to handle it.
I think she just prefers if unajua if tuseme you really know about the topic and you're a professional.
That is what I meant.
For me, I'll not talk about mental health because I'm not a professional, but I've stayed around these people, and there's a lot of mental protection we need to have for these Gen Zs. I'm a Gen Z. And one thing is for sure, the biggest mistake people are doing out here with these children that we are really pointing out is making decisions for them.
Yeah.
They are not kids. They are equally adults. So it's good to involve them in those decisions, and trust me, you will really find peace involving them in everything you want to do. If you want to decide a course for them, give them the chance to speak up for themselves first, or read them before you do anything. That's all I can say. Yeah. Just get into their shoes. Give them the opportunity to talk about themselves first.
Thank you.
It's been the best conversation that they introducing lecturers and professionals in the show inanibamba
Kabisa.
Na nimekumbuka jina ya show by the way.
Jina ya show ni? What's the name of the show?
Eglah.
Yeah, I think we should change it to Eglah.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Eglah is my name. This is MC Snoopy, and this is Universe Show. And we are so happy that we got to interview, you know, the professionals instead of just the students, because you've raised a lot of issues that we can also possibly talk about in the episodes that we have in the future. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
Can I say something?
Yes,
I
you
think
can.
the next time, what we can do, we can have Gen Z their side, and then us on this side.
Exactly.
Then we have a panel.
A panel.
Like the group that was here before.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we can have a conversation.
Everybody will be free.
Everybody will be free.
Non-judgmental.
No judgment.
Of course, that's the essence of the show.
We listen, but we don't
Judge.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. So we'll actually plan for that episode. So that's a plan. Kabisa. Sindio, do we have t-shirts for the next segment of the video? So before we end the video, we do something fun where we just ask questions.
Yes.
And if you have the answer to it, we give you a free t-shirt.
That's very lovely.
Yeah.
Trivia question.
A trivia question. No.
She's a very sharp girl, but be ready to brainstorm.
This time I'm going to ask very hard questions. Let's see. Don't amekuwa akiangalia yo lakini hajaona question.
I can see it there.
Okay. Hajaona swali, I can assure you. So motivation. So now let's see. What is an edible type of food that does not go bad? Haiozi. Wow. And you can eat it like it's. You have an answer. What's the answer? We hauko part of his team. What's the answer? Honey. He's actually right.
Yes.
You knew it.
Yeah.
Ako correct. Tisho iko wapi? Tupe tisho. Amepata t-shirt.
For 1,000 years plus.
For real?
Kana Egypt.
Oh, by this zinakuanga
pyramids bado ziko edible.
because they are certain
Kitui power.
Kitui power. Only they can do that. Okay. Let me see which question itakuwa ngumu.
The last one.
The last one. What is the largest country in the world by land area?
America. Yes.
Russia. You are very close. It's Russia.
So number 2. So I got that. Tisa.
Tunapatia tu number 1, unfortunately. But tutakaa na t-shirt yako next time. Yes. Amazing. Yes, Calvo.
Yes, Calvo.
Tushapata answer. Asia's a country. That is a county.
Kitui is winning.
Kitui power. Kitui power.
Walikuwa na Mwakenya.
Walikuwa sasa.
Only Kitui can do it.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Even Christine was going to answer the next one. She should have answered the next one. This one 3.
She's already ready with the mic.
I know.
She has the mic.
We can see. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so we're just wrapping up. Yeah, so thank you so much for being a part of this episode. We really appreciate it, and we've listened to the comments, so we will have a panel discussion next.
Yeah.
We are so happy. Thank you for being a part of us. And Snoopy, tufungie show.
Ningependa kufungia show na design ya magafu wa mi. Trust your instincts. Talk to your parents. By the way, me always talk to my parents. I used to not talk to them. I was like those people cut off.
Yeah.
They understood me.
Yeah.
Dada kaniambia kama ni dread wewe ni msanii nishakuona.
Kani earrings.
I've seen you making it in life. And ufanye kile unafanya. That's what a parent should do.
Yes.
And I'm already somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not there, I'm somewhere.
Of course.
So manze, just make sure you communicate. Parents communicate pia. Comment, subscribe, like, share, and follow. Adios muchachos. Till we meet again for the panel sasa. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Perfect. Thank you.